Welcome back to our channel, dear friends. Oh my goodness, the sheer amount of tension brewing in our favorite town is enough to make anyone's head spin. I have been watching the latest developments so closely, and my heart is just racing with anticipation. If you have been keeping an eye on Jack Brennan lately, you know exactly what I am talking about. The man is an absolute mystery wrapped in a riddle, and it is becoming incredibly clear that he is setting up a master plan that is going to shake the very foundations of the city. According to the latest whispers and reveals from General Hospital, Brennan is on the hunt for someone to help him investigate the inner workings of Jasper Jacks Enterprises. For those of us who've been watching for years, we remember exactly how Jasper Jacks built that empire. It was always a company steeped in international intrigue, massive wealth, and sometimes questionable alliances. Jacks was never a saint, and the legacy he left behind in that company is undoubtedly a gold mine of secrets. Brennan knows this. He is harboring some deep, dark suspicions about what is really going on behind the closed doors of that company, and he desperately needs a man or a woman on the inside to dig up the ghosts of the past. Now, when we think about Jasper Jacks Enterprises, our minds naturally go straight to our fiery, strong-willed Jocelyn Jacks. It makes perfect sense, doesn't it? Brennan could so easily force Jocelyn to take up the mantle of CEO, a position she absolutely does not want, and demand that she report back to him as his personal little spy. We all know Brennan has the power and the leverage to back her into a corner. But here is the fascinating part that I just cannot stop thinking about. He hasn't done it. He has had every opportunity to push Jocelyn into that high-stakes corporate chair, to force her hand and make her accept a deal she would despise. Yet, he has held back. Why? Well, if he forced Jocelyn, he would have to deal with her endless complaints, her fierce defiance, and her constant rebellion. Jocelyn is her mother's daughter through and through, and she would fight him every single step of the way. I truly believe the writers are saving Jocelyn for a different kind of adventure, one where she might even go rogue to investigate things on her own terms. Instead of forcing Jocelyn, it seems the brilliant minds behind our beloved show have a completely different CEO candidate in mind for Jasper Jacks Enterprises, and a much more willing, or perhaps unwillingly trapped spy for Jack Brennan. As we look ahead to the week of August 17th through the 21st, the pieces of this puzzle are starting to fall into place in the most delicious way. Jocelyn, feeling the weight of the company's future on her young shoulders, is going to turn to her big brother, Michael Corinthos, for some much-needed advice on finding a replacement for the CEO position. My heart just aches for Michael right now, doesn't yours? He is going through such a terrible time, and yet he still tries to be the rock for his family. Poor Michael is completely heartbroken after having to kick Jacinda Bracken out of his life, and on top of that, his marriage to Willow is crumbling right before our eyes. The conflict between Michael and Willow is escalating so bitterly, and we know that Brennan is risking everything to step in and help Nina and Willow through this mess. Add in the fact that sneaky Serena Baldwin is circling Michael like a shark, trying to use his heartbreak to steal his shares, and you have a man who is barely holding it together. Yet, despite his own world falling apart, Michael is still trying to be the protective, helpful older brother to Jocelyn. When she asks him for help finding a CEO, Michael manages to pull a name out of his hat that makes absolute perfect sense. He is very likely going to suggest the one and only Jordan Ashford. When you think about it, Jordan Ashford is the absolute perfect fit for this job. Michael and Jordan have shared a few really meaningful scenes together recently, and her name is fresh in his mind. I just love Jordan, don't you? She is so strong, so capable, and she has been through the absolute ringer lately. We all remember her time working for the enigmatic and wealthy Jen Sidwell. Speaking of Sidwell, the whole town is currently in an uproar over the high-stakes auction of his assets, with heavy hitters like Sonny Corinthos, Valentine Cassadine, and Drew Kane all fighting tooth and nail for a piece of the pie. Jordan is no longer working for Sidwell, but let's be honest with ourselves, she actually really enjoyed that job. Despite all the deception, the danger, and the fact that her true goal was to find Sidwell's vulnerabilities, Jordan couldn't help but love the thrill of the position and, of course, that incredibly handsome salary. Who could blame her? A girl has to make a living, and she has certainly paid her dues. Right now, Jordan is in a place where she wants to climb higher. She wants to advance her career, step out of the shadows of her past traumas, and secure a position that is even better than what she had before. She is hungry for success, and she deserves it after everything she has sacrificed for the people of Port Charles. This makes the timing absolutely perfect for her to step into the vacant CEO role at Jasper Jacks Enterprises. The spoilers for the upcoming week have me on the edge of my seat. On Wednesday, August 19th, we are going to see Jordan receive a completely unexpected offer. I can just picture the look of sheer surprise and cautious optimism on her beautiful face. She has been waiting for an opportunity to prove her worth in the corporate world, and this could be the golden ticket she has been praying for. When Jasper Jacks Enterprises comes knocking, it is going to feel like a dream come true for her. But as we all know, in the world of General Hospital, a dream come true usually comes with a very steep, hidden price tag. Nothing in this town is ever given away for free, especially when the WSB is lurking in the shadows. Then as we move toward the end of the week on Friday, August 21st, the plot thickens even more. The spoilers reveal that someone is going to officially vouch for Jordan. Someone with power and influence is going to step up and give her their stamp of approval, effectively sealing the deal for her to take the reins and lead Jasper Jacks Enterprises into the future. Who could this mysterious backer be? Could it be Michael putting his full weight behind his recommendation? Or could it be someone far more dangerous, pulling the strings from the shadows to ensure Jordan gets exactly where they want her? Either way, Jordan is going to get the job, and the ripple effects are going to be felt by everyone involved. Once the decision is made, Jocelyn is going to have to deliver the news. And who is she going to tell? None other than the incredibly intense and secretive Hudson Parker. Jocelyn has been evaluating Hudson as a potential candidate for the CEO role, and let me tell you, the chemistry and tension between those two are just crackling off the screen. Jocelyn is going to have to look Hudson in the eye and tell him that Jordan Ashford is the one taking her place. I can only imagine how Hudson is going to react to being passed over. He is already on edge, aggressively cornering our dear Ava Jerome to squeeze information out of her regarding Delilah Wilson's mysterious baby. And let's just pause for a moment to think about Ava Jerome. Ava is a woman who usually holds all the cards. She is fierce, she is cunning, and she rarely lets anyone see her sweat. But Hudson is different. He is backing her into a corner with a relentless, terrifying intensity that is genuinely making our favorite mob princess nervous. Hudson is a man on a mission, and he does not like to lose. But here is where the story takes a dark and thrilling turn. Jordan's shiny new job as the head of Jasper Jacks Enterprises is almost certainly going to lead to a second, far more dangerous job. Jack Brennan is watching all of this unfold, and he is going to want to use Jordan's new position to his advantage. Although Jordan recently hinted at doing some consulting work for Valentine Cassadine, Brennan is going to demand that she consult for him instead. He wants to know every single secret, every hidden file, and every shady deal that might be happening within the walls of that company. He is going to turn Jordan into his personal WSB informant, whether she likes it or not. I can just see the confrontation now. Jordan, proud and independent, is going to try to refuse him. She is going to stand her ground and tell Brennan that she is a legitimate businesswoman now, that she doesn't do dirty work anymore. But Brennan, with that chillingly calm demeanor of his, is going to look her right in the eye and make it crystal clear that this is not a request. When the WSB is involved, there are no polite offers. There are only orders. We have watched this show long enough to know exactly how the WSB operates. They don't care about your personal life, your happiness, or your hard-earned career. They are a ruthless machine, and Brennan is one of their most effective operators. We have seen the WSB ruin so many lives in Port Charles over the decades, dragging good people into the mud in the name of national security. Brennan is becoming increasingly obsessed with uncovering the murky secrets of Jasper Jack's enterprises, and he will not hesitate to use the full weight of the WSB to crush Jordan if she doesn't comply. He will force her hand, trapping her in a web of espionage right when she thought she had finally found her corporate sanctuary. And now, my dear friends, we arrive at the most explosive, jaw-dropping theory of them all. Brace yourselves, because this one gave me absolute goosebumps. What if Hudson Parker is not just some random, intense guy looking for a job and hunting down secrets about Delilah Wilson's baby? What if Hudson Parker is actually Jack Brennan's secret son? Oh my goodness, just think about it. The intense drive, the secretive nature, the way he ruthlessly corners someone as formidable as Ava Jerome without breaking a sweat. He operates exactly like Brennan. If Hudson is Brennan's son, it changes absolutely everything we thought we knew about this storyline. It turns a simple corporate reshuffle into a massive, multi-generational conspiracy. If this theory holds true, it means that Hudson has been working for Brennan this entire time. The whole CEO interview process with Jocelyn, it might have just been a front, a way for Brennan's own flesh and blood to infiltrate the company. We've seen so many villains and masterminds come and go in this town, but Brennan has a special kind of charm, a sophisticated menace that makes him so compelling to watch. If he has passed those traits down to Hudson, we are in for the ride of our lives. When Jocelyn tells Hudson that Jordan got the job, Hudson might not actually be disappointed at all. He might just smile, that handsome, secretive smile of his, and report straight back to his father, allowing Brennan to pivot his strategy and trap Jordan instead. The idea of Brennan and Hudson working together as a secret father-son duo, manipulating everyone in Port Charles from the shadows, is just phenomenal television. It proves that this storyline is truly exploding into something massive.